Deribit is one of the best places to go if you want to trade crypto options. That is, if normal crypto trading isn't wild enough for you. They currently have markets for both Bitcoin and ETH, but they don't have options for any other altcoins. And in today's video, I'm going to go through how this works, and I will show you some of the differences between trading regular options versus the crypto options on the Deribit trading platform. And don't worry, if you are completely new to trading options, I will also show you some useful tools that they have on their website to help you learn and understand how they actually work. But I would not recommend you actually trading any options until you fully understand and grasp how they work. And just before I kick off, these are crypto options, so that means they are completely unregulated. Deribit is available in most countries, but it is not available in places like the US or Canada. But the list of countries that it is restricted in is pretty small. I will just put up this list here on the screen here now so you can check out if it applies to you or not. The first important bit of information that you need to know about trading options on Deribit is that all of the options are European styled cash settled options. So what that basically means is once you enter into any of these options contracts on Deribit, you cannot exercise the contract until expiration. But you can, however, sell on your position. Say for example you went long on a call option for Bitcoin, then you could possibly sell this call option on if you wanted to further down the line. But there could be a situation, for example, where you are deep in the money and it may be difficult to hand off your contract to somebody else because of the price of the premium. So in that case you might have to wait until expiration to get your profits. So it will all really depend on the liquidity. Another important thing to note here is how everything is settled at the end of the contract. If you had an option to buy 1 Bitcoin, then at the end of the contract, you do not have to go off and actually go and buy Bitcoin at whatever the strike price is and then sell it at whatever the market rate is to cash in your profit. What will actually happen at the end of the contract is they will give you a cash amount equivalent to the profit on that contract, and that is how it will be settled. Normally, when you are trading options, you are probably used to one contract will control 100 stocks of whatever the underlying is. But for one contract on Deribit, this will give you the right to buy or sell 1 whole Bitcoin or 1 whole ETH. Let's now go and have a look at the trading platform, and I will show you what the options chain actually looks like. You can actually trade futures as well on this platform, but I am just concentrating on options today. The options chain here is exactly what you would expect it to look like, and I think this trading platform is actually really well laid out. At the top here you can toggle between Bitcoin or ETH options, and then you can even select the different expiration dates that you want to have a look at. And I actually have them all kind of open here on one sheet at the moment, so you can just scroll down and go and have a look at all of the different Bitcoin options with different expiration dates. So for example, if I just wanted to have a look at Bitcoin options expiring in March, I can click on this here and see all of the different strike prices. One thing to note, however, though, is the further you go out in time, there seems to be the less strike prices available. So the strike price, as you can see, is going straight down the middle here, with your call options on the left and your put options on the right hand side. So as you can see here, there's actually a $10,000 gap between some of the strike prices here. But if I was going to go back up and have a look at an option that is expiring in the next few days, you will see that it has some strike prices that are only $1,000 apart, so there's much more choice for closer expiration options. There's plenty of data here to go on as well. So as a default, you can see your implied volatility, and they also have the delta here. But if you come up to your settings here as well, which I think is really cool, you can just click on whatever of the Greeks that you want to get included. So if I wanted to include, say, theta, for example, I can just click that here and it will add it onto the table. Another important thing to note here as well is you can go long and short on options. So you have the option there to write contracts as well as buy them. But if you are writing contracts, then you are going to have to obviously put up some collateral, and that collateral is going to be crypto, which is very volatile. So that can be a bit tricky to manage with the crypto prices moving so much. Let's have a closer look at some of the option premiums here. So let's say I wanted to buy a Bitcoin contract, so give me the right to buy Bitcoin at a strike price of $70,000 on the 25th of March. So the option premium on this at the moment is quoted basically in Bitcoin and in US dollars. So the option premium for me entering into that contract is 0.1255 Bitcoin, or else $7,446. So for me to make a profit on that contract, the Bitcoin price is going to need to be $70,000 plus whatever I've paid out here on my option premium. before I start making a profit. The option premiums are quite hefty. And then if we have a look at some of the fees on Deribit as well. So the fees are the same pretty much for options if you are a market maker or a market taker. So the fees are 0.03% of the underlying or 0.0003 Bitcoin or ETH. The maximum option fee is 12.5% of the option price or the premium. So basically that means the fee you are going to pay is either going to be 0.03% of the underlying or 12.5% of the option price, whichever one is the lower amount. And then for anybody who is completely new to options and wants to learn a bit about how they work, they have a pretty cool tool here on tools.deribit.com. You can find this options discovery calculator. First off, you decide whether you think the Bitcoin price is going to go up or down. So let's say I think the Bitcoin price is going to go up, and then you need to decide when is the price going to increase. Is it going to go up in a week, in a month, or more than a month? Let's say again I think it's going to go up by March 25th. I'll just select that expiration date, and then they go through all of the different contract options available to you. So for this one, for example, the right to buy a Bitcoin at $70,000 in March of 2022. So they show you the premium in that contract, which is currently trading at $7,800. It will show you the break-even price of this contract. So this is the price that Bitcoin needs to be before you start actually making money on this contract. So the current Bitcoin price needs to increase 34% to get to that level, and they give you a bit of a payoff diagram here as well. So on the y-axis here, they basically have your profit. On the right hand side they have it in dollars, and on the left side they have it in Bitcoin. On the x-axis then they have the price of Bitcoin. So as we can see here, as the price of Bitcoin goes from where it is at the moment. So at the moment it is at $57, and if it stayed at $57 you would basically lose all of the premium that you paid up front. But as the Bitcoin price starts to rise and then hits that break-even point of about $80,000, then you start to make a profit. And let's say, for example, the Bitcoin price went all the way up to about $90,000, then you would make a profit of $12,000. So this is a really cool tool to try and mess around with if you want to try and understand how it all works and try and work out what you need to do to try and make a profit on any of these contracts. So that is pretty much it from my look at the Deribit trading platform. I'd love to know what you guys actually think about it as well, so leave me know in the comments. So thanks very much for watching. If anybody is new here, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button to try and stick around and keep up to date with my latest videos.